Hey girl gang, welcome back to another episode of the HCFSU Edit. Today we're tackling the ultimate game day survival guide. I'm joined by Emily Montarroyos, a sports writer for FSView who recently joined her campus at FSU as a staff writer. From snagging a ticket to understanding the unspoken rules in Doak, we've got you covered. Whether it's your first game or your 50th, here's your go-to game plan for FSU football. So, Emily, I have very limited knowledge on football.
Okay.
Like, I do not know
Yeah.
much. I'm able to follow along, of course, like during the games and everything, but I don't know too much. And that's why I want you to help us out here for this episode today. So tell me a little bit about your background. Like, have you always been really into sports or what's the situation?
So I actually have not always been into sports. I definitely got more into it in college coming in to Florida State. Florida State's a really big football school. We're really big into,
100%, yeah.
yes, like we're really big into college football. And so I feel like I definitely didn't understand the magnitude of sport and how like big of a community is, how much you feel like connected to people just based on like going to games together. I think like all of fall season, like going to football games, tailgating, the whole process definitely like has made me obsessed with it. So then I kind of just started going into like looking at maybe joining FSView because I'm a writer for FSView and I write about sports. So I get to like attend games and write about games and kind of give like the breakdown of what's happening. So I definitely have experience with FSView writing in sports. And then I also have tried to push because I'm a CCI intern. So I interned for the College of Communications and Information here at FSU. And so we try to like push like sports content for CCI students. So that's more my background on sports.
I love that. No, I feel like that's a lot of us here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, coming to FSU, I like didn't really pay that much attention to college football, but when you're here, it's such a big part of the school and a part of the experience. Like game day, it's a whole day. It's honestly the whole weekend if you think about
100%.
it. Like starting like Friday night at like block party and things like that. And then it makes you want to become invested in it. And you obviously feel like you have a stake in the game too. And so that's kind of how I became. But like, I still like don't really know too much about it, but I am very much in the community. Like I'm a Seminole till I die. So I love that. So yeah, speaking of what you said, like it's a whole process that you go through, basically starting at the beginning of the week, Monday, the day before or the week before the game starts, right? Because securing a ticket.
Oh, 100%. It's a whole ordeal.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. I'm sure that you know, like as a student, we basically at FSU, we don't get like guaranteed tickets. We have to apply for a raffle. So we basically make an account at the FSU Athletic Center and then we apply to basically get like a, what is it, like a bid, I guess you could say, to get a ticket. And then we find out like midweek, I would say, where you get an email saying like, oh, you got a ticket or no, you didn't. And then they send you the ticket the day of the game.
The day of the game.
The day of the game.
And like, let's just talk about the evolution, I think, of when we started, because you started what, in 2022?
Yes.
As a freshman, so same for me. So I feel like the ticketing process has changed a little bit since then.
100%.
Do you remember what it was like our freshman year? Because I do. I have very vivid memories of, it did not used to always be this lottery system, kind of like randomized thing.
No.
It used to be first come, first serve.
Yes.
Which honestly is how I preferred it.
100%.
Because it's like it left the tickets to like the dedicated fans who actually wanted a ticket.
Yes.
So I have vivid memories of texting all my friends, all my roommates at like 11:30 saying, remember to sign up for your ticket. We'd get in the queue at 11:45.
100%.
And basically be rushing to get the ticket by noon on Monday.
Yes.
So that was like the whole process back then. Were you doing that too?
Yes, I definitely remember like in the group chats, we were like, guys, an hour before noon on Monday, we were like, guys, you need to lock in. Like lock in, get the tickets, they're coming out. Even though I still do that now, but like before.
Because we kind of have trauma from that, right?
I'm like PTSD.
Yeah, actually. Like even though it's technically you don't need to sign up at noon to get the ticket, I still do.
I do too.
Like I think it's gonna like help my chances somehow. I'm like, no, I'm here first in case that does anything.
Yes.
So yeah, I remember that. And I even used to have professors where I would have that class time from like 11:35 to 12:50.
Oh my God.
And they would be like, no electronics, no laptops. Like they would want us to write paper notes, I remember, for that semester. And I was like, do you understand like what's happening here? Right. And so literally I would either just like sneak it on my iPad and I would say like, oh, I'm taking notes on my iPad, or I would just go to the bathroom. I would fully just go to the bathroom in the middle of class class.
You're committed.
Yes, because I was like, dude, I'm like, there's no way you don't know what's happening here. You're just too far removed, I guess, as the professor. But it's like, we all have a job to do. Like, we have to get these tickets. Do you understand me? So back then, it used to be first come, first serve. And then I don't know when they made the switch to the lottery system. Do you remember?
Yes. I think it was last year, especially now that Doak's been renovated.
Right.
And we've lost like 12,000 seats in the stadium. So they kind of put in this lottery system now. But I definitely remember back in the days, like as a freshman, like trying to like get the first serve ticket. Even now, like I remember I was working at like CCI and I was like, I told my boss, Michael, I was like, Michael, it's 12. Like I gotta get on the queue for the ticketing. Like I'm so sorry. But I think around like our junior year, so last year, they kind of made it like a more of a lottery system where you have to like get that bid in. So
and that makes a lot of sense, I guess, too, because 2023 was when we had basically like the undefeated season.
Oh my God.
So I also just think more people were trying to get tickets at that point. And so they kind of had to cut it down and make it more of this lottery system.
J-Trav season.
Oh my gosh.
I miss you, J-Trav.
Right? Like, please. Those were the good old days.
Yes.
But yeah, so now with the lottery system in place, it also kind of comes into play with your seniority status, right? As a student at FSU.
Spirit Rewards,
The Spirit Rewards system. So do you pay attention to how many points you have or anything like that? Or?
Yes, I actually do. It's kind of stressful because, like we have to.
Yes.
It's supposed to be based off of like seniority. And like you can also earn points if you go to other games. So if you go to FSU soccer games, support your women's teams.
Period. We're really good.
We're actually really good. The women's soccer team is very good. So support your women's teams.
Actually the best.
Yeah.
We're kind of the best.
We are.
Yeah.
Like,
anyways.
Like nose for life. Like thank you. But if you go to like women's games or other games and you say it in your Spirit Rewards program and you apply for points, so you can get more points if you're a senior, if you attend more games. So it's a fun way to like keep track of points and kind of compete with your friends a little bit.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, wait, how many points do you have?
And it is like an incentive to be involved in FSU athletics outside of just football.
100%.
Because obviously football's so big here, but we also have so many other amazing teams.
Yeah.
Like you've got soccer, basketball, all these things. So I feel like having the Spirit Awards makes you want to go to those games to get your points, but also to support the teams. And so, no, I'm very dedicated. I get my Spirit Awards every single time I go to a game. And honestly, I don't want to toot my own horn and I don't want to jinx it either, but I've gotten a ticket every single game this season.
Me too.
Like maybe it's because I'm a senior, maybe it's just because I've been on my Spirit Rewards, but let's hope I can keep
on top of it.
the streak up. Yes, because I'm just like,
it's also a little bit, even though it's kind of fun, that I like that there's incentives to go to other games. I feel like people wouldn't go to other games otherwise. Like, but I do think it's a little bit frustrating for seniors that don't get tickets with the Spirit Rewards program because there's so many people that I know that maybe they weren't like big football people in the beginning of like their like college careers, so they don't have a lot of points, or they don't go to football games, or they don't go to other games, so they don't get more points. So it's a little bit of like a back and forth.
But do they reset the points every year? I thought that they did.
Yes, they do.
Okay. So does it really matter if like, the previous year you didn't attend too many games or?
No, it really doesn't. But the thing is, I think there's some points that do carry over. At least for me, like
I have had some carryover points. Yes.
Yeah. Like they like took off most of the points, a majority of the points, but some did carry over. At least for me. On my program.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then I don't know if you've heard about all of the like hubbub that's gone on this season with everyone trying to get their tickets to their Apple wallets.
Yes.
What have you heard about that? Because
I've heard so much about like the whole screenshotting tickets and I'm like, Mama, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work for you. I'm so sorry.
Mama, it's not gonna work for you anymore.
Yeah,
and I was talking to the workers about like football tickets and he was like, oh yeah, can you like share a ticket? Like, is there a way to do that? And I was like, no, like you literally can't screenshot it anymore. Like there's no way. Like
because you used to be able to have the screenshot because they used to scan it.
Yes.
And then they made it so you had to add it to some type of digital wallet.
Exactly.
So that you had to scan it through there.
Yes.
But now this year, it's even more like heightened insecurity because you can't just like email the ticket to somebody.
No, you can't.
And I've heard this whole thing where essentially now, at least with Apple phones, where if you send it to someone else before you yourself have downloaded it, it like links to their Apple ID.
Yes.
So then even if you get another ticket later on, you can't link it to your own Apple ID because it has
Yes.
somebody else's now.
Yes. Like if you forward it and someone else like downloads it,
Right.
like it kind of is under their ID. So it's like
Mhm.
it's going to be very difficult for you in the future. So
Yes.
just be careful of that because I know some people that forward their tickets and they're like, "Oh my god, like next game I'll just like do my own thing and download it myself." Like you will have
No.
problems.
I think
like
that's why so many people were struggling for the like East Texas A&M game because so many
Yes.
people had either gotten a ticket from someone else for Alabama or
Mhm.
sent it to someone else.
Yes.
And then the second game rolled around and it was like no one could get in.
Yes.
It was a whole
Yes. Oh
thing.
my god.
Drama, drama, drama. I swear. Like
Yes.
we were just not able to figure out that ticketing
No.
situation.
Yeah, even though the East Texas A&M game was like definitely a big win for us, like blowout win, and I was able to cover that game for FSU. Shout out FSView.
Hey, check out that article.
Yes, check it out. It's at FSView Sports. Thank you. But I got to be in the press box for that game, and it was super. I loved it because like you could see like. And when you're in the press box, you can't root for like any team. Like you're very unbiased.
Really?
So I'm like having to like internally be like, "Oh my god, we're winning! Oh my god!" Like,
oh my god.
Yes.
Like, yeah, that's crazy. I didn't
Yeah.
realize you had to kind of be like
had to be impartial.
objective.
Yes, like you
Mm.
cannot cheer in the press box. Like if you cheer, like you're kicked out. And I'm like, so I'm like here, like tweaking, like, oh my god, we're winning, like we're about to like break this record.
I
Like,
feel like I would be so bad at that because I can be so expressive sometimes.
Exactly.
So if something happens, I would be like,
and it's like a bunch of men. Like this room is full of testosterone, and I'm like, I'm just a girl.
right, you're just sitting there like, okay, like I'm just trying to like enjoy this game right now.
Exactly.
But also stay like locked in.
Exactly. Like I'm locked in, but I'm also like, okay, I low key want to celebrate so hard right now, but
Mhm.
hey.
No, yeah, I feel like I'd only be able to do that for like 1 or 2 games because like I need to be in there in the school spirit.
It's a different experience to be like in the game. When you're in the game, it's like a different type of energy, especially at FSU. Like I've been to other college football games and it's just not the same.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my
it's
gosh, I
not-
would love to hear about that comparison later because I do feel like we have such an like electric stadium,
Mhm.
electric student body,
Yes,
even, and so
yes.
that's such a big part of it. Scoring a football ticket feels nearly impossible every year, but it doesn't have to. Our article, How Does the FSU Football Ticket Raffle Really Work?, breaks down the process so you have a shot to secure a seat in Doak. Tap the link down below to read more. Okay, so we covered ticketing.
Yes.
Let's say you've hopefully secured a ticket at this point.
Mhm.
What's your next step?
Next step, after you get the tickets, you should probably worry about outfits.
Exactly. No, I'm
I
thinking
agree.
the same thing because at this point, it's like, you know, you're going, you've got the plan, and it's like, now what am I going to wear?
Yes.
So tell me, what are your typical like go-tos in your
Mm.
outfits? Do you have kind of like a uniform?
Yes.
Or, okay, you do?
I definitely
Tell
do.
me about it, please.
Because I'm the type where I love to dress up my outfits with jewelry,
Yes.
accessories. Like I'm not.
I can tell.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love it.
Hey, now, stop.
Yes.
I'm a big like jewelry stacker, so especially at FSU since we're like garnet and gold. So you put on that gold. I'm a silver girly at heart, as you can tell,
Mhm.
but I have my gold jewelry for
For the
for the
games.
game, for the
Yeah,
school.
of
So I
course.
usually stack with like a little like chain, like a belt chain with like gold, and then like I
Mhm.
definitely stack like my 3 necklaces. I always have 3 necklaces.
I
So-
love that. I really
Yes.
want to get more into jewelry stacking. This is such a
Mhm.
side note, but
Yes.
I want to get into it more. But you're right. I feel like accessorizing is such a big part
Yes.
of making your outfit look cool
Mhm.
because let's be honest, it is so hot out there.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like we're in almost October at this point.
Yes,
By the time you guys see this, we'll already be in October.
100%.
But it's basically like still 90 degrees outside. And
Yes.
some of these games are at like noon or 3:30. So let's talk about
Mhm.
that. Like how
my
do
God.
you how do you put your outfit together knowing that it's about to be like obliterating heat
Right.
out there?
I definitely would recommend being half naked, and even then, you're going to be sweating. You're
Yes.
going to be sweating because
Yeah.
look, we have a game at 3:30. You're tailgating at 12. Like that's
Oh,
pretty much it. 12,
easy.
1:30, easy.
Whole day's gone.
Exactly. The whole day you're tailgating. You're at the game, and if you have a 12 a.m. game, like or
Oh, goodbye.
noon game, I'm sorry, you're literally tailgating at 10 a.m.
Mhm.
Like, and you're in the heat when it's like peak UV.
Yes. Oh
So-
my god. Like you will feel wiped out. And so
Yes.
I actually feel like the clothing can really make or break that experience.
Definitely.
Because so many, and like, I don't know, sometimes I do pay attention, sometimes I don't, but I will say so many of the like cute game day outfits are this like thin polyester material, and sometimes that's like less breathable.
Yes.
And you actually feel like you're dying in the heat because of it. Or I actually see, so what I've been seeing a lot this season, the knee-high boots.
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness. Or like these like leather micro shorts, which I love.
Yes.
They're such a serve, but I'm like, how are you girls surviving in this? What's the secret? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've definitely seen the cowboy boots with the ribbons. Those are pretty cunty, I will say.
I do love those.
I love them. But I will say the leather shorts, me personally, I go for like a nice like denim, like breathable denim. But it's like they're so ripped up and they're kind of like loose vibe. I think the jorts are really in now, like the longer shorts. And I feel like that's definitely a way for it to be like a little bit more breathable if you're not into super like leather tight when it's really hot. Because at least for me, I get chafing. So if you're going to wear the leather shorts, I would recommend like a little stick. There's like these like body sticks that like prevent chafing.
100%.
At least for me.
You're just like, you're getting sweaty. And there's just a lot going on there that could be very uncomfortable if you don't play your cards right. And this is something that I really didn't consider either. But like when you're wearing like, let's say some short shorts, those bleacher seats are actually like
so hot.
You could cook an egg. You could fry an egg on those seats, and then you're actually putting like your butt on those seats.
Oh, 100%.
So keep that in mind as well.
Yeah.
If you know you're gonna go the half naked route, because it is actually painful sometimes if you want to sit down and you want like a little break in between like a timeout or something like that.
Like if you're not a chronic stander on the bleachers.
Right. Literally. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna have a hard time because it's so hot out on those bleachers.
100%. Go the jorts route.
Go the jorts route. So literally tell me, what do you think are probably like the worst, I guess, items you could probably pick to wear? And this is going to break some of our hearts because genuinely, like, we want to wear the super cute stuff, right?
Yes.
But it's like you will be struggling if you do.
I definitely think like some tight skinny jeans, like don't be pulling up in jeans.
Don't pull up in jeans unless it's like 40 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I see people in jeans.
Me too.
And I am like, girl, like, how are you not on the floor right now?
It's hot. And then especially like, look, don't get me wrong, I love the overalls, but if I was not like a guy and I have the option to be half naked, I'm going to be half naked. Because guys, they could not wear like shirts. And so they could like have this whole top open. But when you're a girl and you're wearing the overalls, it's like,
you know, it's just an added like baggy layer.
It's an added layer, even though I love like the gold garnet overalls. It's like for me, it's just like
they're iconic.
It's a pant. Like you're gonna be sweaty unless it's like a night game, which the Miami game will be. So.
And then my other question to you as well is, are you bringing a bag into the games?
Yes, but it must be like the tiniest thing ever. Like it's basically
it's a Polly Pocket size of a bag.
Pocket.
Right. Unless you, I guess, get like the clear, which like that can be like, I don't even know. It still has to be really small.
It does. Like, I feel like I have definitely had a moment in my freshman year. I didn't know. I was not knowledgeable on the whole like bag rule. I had to go back and like
Did they turn you away?
Yes, they did. If you have a bag that's too big, you will get turned away and you will have to go back to the parking lot and leave your things. And that's if you even brought your car to the game, because parking is hell.
That's always my worst nightmare, is that I get turned away for some reason. And then I have to like walk all the way back and then come back. Like that's just my biggest fear.
Right.
But in this Polly Pocket sized bag, what are you bringing? What are the essentials?
I would say lip gloss, 100%.
Obviously.
I love when my lips like look wet. Like I hate chapped lips. I'm sorry.
Same.
I cannot.
Same. When you just do so much cheering that it does happen. You need a refresh.
Oh, 100%. So I definitely always have lip gloss. Have my FSU ID because, you know, you always need that. Your regular ID. Got my credit cards. Got my debit card. Cash. I would always recommend having cash around, especially if you want to go like to the bars afterwards. By the way, like we're both 21, so I'm 21, so just referencing like we do drink now at least.
Yeah, so it is super good to have cash just on you just in case you need it.
100%.
Something that I always have in my bag, and I am able to fit it because I have the clear bag, is I got like this super cheap like handheld fan.
Oh my god, that is so fun.
Oh my goodness. When I say life-changing,
yes,
I'm not being dramatic. It really is, because it is so hot there.
Yes.
And it gets so stuffy in the stadium that having that little tiny like electric fan. Oh my, I'm up there like, every chance I get.
Dedication.
Yes, because I think I'm in it for the long haul usually, but it's like I need that fan to survive in the heat.
Yes.
Otherwise I couldn't do it. Sometimes I am able to sneak like a little snack in.
Okay.
Sometimes. No one get me in trouble for that.
No one wants to know.
No, that's pretty much everything that I have in mind too.
Yes. Or I have like gum, because I like.
True.
I'm the type where it's like I have like an oral fixation. Like I need to be chewing gum like all the time, 100%.
Yes.
I wish I could like use the neck fans, but I feel like I don't know. People are dedicated for those. Like, have you seen?
Are
those?
you allowed to bring the neck fans into the stadium?
Yes,
you are.
I've seen a couple of people with those on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that. I honestly think for me, I feel like it'd make my neck sweaty.
Exactly.
Is that crazy? Is that a crazy
yeah?
thought?
No. I feel like that's not a hot take, but I've
also,
definitely.
It's like I have the bob,
I've
and
seen
that
it.
would really mess with my
my
flow. I think
we can't mess with the look. I'm sorry.
Exactly. But any type of fan, honestly, will do.
I agree.
Will be good. I think.
Yeah.
So invest in one of them. It's definitely worth it.
Yes.
Okay. So we talked about outfit prep. We talked about the things you should have in your bag.
Yes.
Now it's game day.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So tell me about this whole tailgating process. Or do you tailgate for one?
Yeah, I'm a chronic tailgater.
Okay.
I love tailgating.
You've been there since day one.
I've been there since I'm a freshman, like a youngin'.
Now, when we say tailgating, what are you thinking of?
I'm thinking of going to the frats.
Okay,
like,
right.
Yeah, I'm personally, I have not gone to like College Town or the bars to tailgate. Not my first choice. I usually go there after the game. So before the game, I would say 2 hours before the game, you're set up. You're in your outfit. You're ready to go. You're with your girls. Then you head over and you walk over to the frats or you Uber to the frats. Me, I'm going to Theta Chi. I'm going to Theta Chi or Fiji. If you go to Fiji, you get burgers or a hot dog.
Right. And I was going to say that as I was like, find the frat that's got the food.
Right.
Seriously.
That's what I was going to say. It's free.
It's free food.
Yes.
Some free drinks.
Yes.
Like, what more could you ask for?
Exactly. I remember taking my mom to the frats and parents weekend.
Did you actually?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, this was last year, and I remember she was pulling out money because she was like, "Emily, can you get me a drink?" And I was like, "Mom, why are you taking out cash?"
You're like, it's free.
It's like, it's free. We're women.
Right. Curious about what makes this 2025 football season special? Check out our article, A Quick Guide to Our 2025 FSU Football Team for Everything New and Improved in This Year's Program. Tap the link down below to read more. When would you suggest you should arrive to the frats if we're talking about a 3:30 game?
Okay. So for me, if you're with friends and you want to pregame, like let's say you want to kiki before the game, you want to link up together and you want to meet up, I would say meet up at like 12:30 and then like kiki 30 minutes pregame the frat.
Pregame the tailgate.
For me, I think it's fun because you kind of like go in a unit and you're like, okay, we're in this together.
Yes.
So it's like,
it's a lot easier to go together than have to meet people up in the
100%.
For sure.
Like trying to meet people in the frats, it's like a maze. Like you're not going to find your people. They're packed. Like, so I would definitely recommend like going together.
As a group.
Yes. 100%. And then you want to get there at least 2 hours before because you're going to spend, if you walk to the stadium, I'm committed to walking to the stadium instead of Ubering.
Same. The traffic is absolutely diabolical. You're not going to get anywhere in under 30 minutes.
Exactly.
Minimum.
Exactly. So for me, I would say 2 hours before you're tailgating, you're having fun, you bounce around the frats because you want to have time to go to like the different frats, get your food, get your free drinks.
Yes.
And then 30 minutes before the game, you just walk over to the stadium. And then you could like not be in a rush. You could be with everybody else and have fun.
So you only show up 30 minutes early to a game? Really?
Yes. I'm not going to be there that
early.
I'm not.
How are you on finding seats? Do you feel like you're able to get pretty close or do you have to like get up into like
I will say if you want to be really, really close, you should go an hour before.
I go an hour before.
Yes. If you want to be really close, you should go an hour before. But if you're dedicated to the tailgating, you should go 30 minutes before.
And it's kind of just like priorities.
Exactly.
What are your priorities, girl?
Yeah, exactly.
And so, I think that's a pretty good timeline though. Because you're kind of there for like what, an hour, hour and a half maybe?
Yes, exactly.
Just kind of vibing, you're chilling. And you're right. I think when we think of tailgating, I'm thinking of going to the frats.
Oh,
I'm not
100%.
thinking of like,
College
actually
Town.
instead of going to like a tent or going to College Town. Like
No,
we're just going to where the drinks are free and where there's food.
Like unless you're a family, then you can like go to the tents. Like if you're a family of 5, you got the tents over there. They're for you. Or maybe your parents are there. I feel like one parents weekend, like if you have your dad wants to tailgate with you, because usually it's hard to get like men in the frats. I would definitely say tents. Maybe get a group together and put that
Right.
You know?
That could be a chill vibe.
That could be
but
a
if you're
chill
just
vibe.
here with your friends, with your girls.
Yes, you're going to the frats.
You're going to the frats. That's just what it is. And so do you kind of have like a favorite frat to tailgate at?
Well, I think it was spoiled a little bit, but I
Right.
love Theta Chi. I love Theta Chi.
Low-key valid. And also they have that like shade kind of.
Yes, yeah.
They have like a little tent over top of
They
like
do.
the middle. And so that just is a game changer as well because
Yes.
you're not standing out in the heat.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a hot take, but I love when they play like Dreams and Nightmares and then they just like they squirt all like the alcohol on top of everybody. Like I know people don't like that because they get like drenched, but for me it's kind of chaotic in like the best way.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I
No,
personally
it's
vibe with
definitely an experience.
Is that like you have to experience it? Like you can't
Right.
you can't be going out and then not experience it. Like it's just a must.
Yeah, and I'm honestly gonna sound like a grandma when I say this, but I actually haven't been frat hopping in like a hot minute.
Really?
No, but I was talking to one of my friends who she's doing it. She's actually experiencing it kind of for the first time like this year as a senior.
Wow.
But it was because she used to work the games like
Okay.
from freshman to junior year.
That's real.
But she told me that her routine was essentially to go to all of the dead frats first because she was like get the drinks there.
Yes.
Kind of
yes.
pregame with that because
Yes.
it's like you know that they're stocked up. Maybe
Oh,
there's not that many
100%.
people there, and then by the time it gets really busy and you go to the bigger frats, it's like
Yes.
you're already in a good headspace.
Yeah, a good headspace. That's a great way to
Yes.
put it.
So it's like by then you're all good because I feel like at some point they do start running out of drinks, and
Oh,
then
they
it's like
do. 100%.
it's just kind of like, okay, what are we doing here?
100%.
And so she was like, if you just hit those smaller ones 1st, you're kind of set up for success.
Oh, 100%. Like I would hit like SAE and like Pike maybe because that's a good place to like stop to get drinks for sure before you go to like the bigger ones like Fiji or like Theta Chi. Definitely go to like the smaller ones in my opinion. I think that's like a great hit because like you want to make sure that you're getting free lick, but it's like also things that you like because once they run out of seltzers, it's like you just get beer. And for me personally, I'm not a beer girl.
It's not the good kind of beer.
Yeah, it's not even good.
And speaking of, since we're mentioning like drinks and everything so much, just being safe with drinking as
100%,
well.
100%.
And I'm just talking too about like taking care of yourself because it is so hot outside.
Yes.
And so if you're getting out there and you're having no water, no
Oh my
food,
God.
that is a bad position to be in.
Yes, 100%.
So like, do you do anything like that to make sure that, you know, you're feeling good, feeling prepped for the actual game?
Yes, I've definitely had moments where I've been like, oh, I want to keep the morning skinny. No. Like, you don't want to. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. No. Like,
That killed me. Yeah, don't do that. First
please
of all,
don't. Please have
it's
a lot of
worth
water.
the little pooch.
It
It's worth
is.
it. Please.
It's worth it for me. Like I have my own like little personal like water bottle. Like that's my moral support like throughout the day.
Yes.
So I would say like have water. Like even if it's only like plastic bottles, you could throw it away before the game. Have a lot of water because it's really really hot, especially over
Yes.
here in like fall. It's really hot.
And you will not make it to the game, honestly.
Yes, you won't.
You might make it for the first like 15 minutes, but
Exactly.
then you'll be done. You'll
Exactly.
be tapped out. And so if you actually want to experience the game and have a good time while you're doing it, please be hydrated.
Yes.
Eat a breakfast, have some snacks on you
Yes.
because otherwise it'll get
Bring a little protein
scary.
bar. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And that's why we say go to where there's food
Yes.
as well because that's will be a big help.
Yes, yes. And I would definitely say make sure you're wearing sunscreen too. I feel like this is not like known. You will get a sunburn. Like if you're out there for too long, like
That's so true.
yes, if you're dedicated to the game, you're gonna get a sunburn. Like there's definitely been times like when I was a freshman and I went, like before like really like knowing the vibe and how hot it can really be, like I would stay there the whole entire game and it's like I'm getting burnt.
You're actually
I'm
getting
crispy.
sizzled.
I'm crispy
Yeah.
by the end of the game.
Mhm.
So wear sunscreen and just make sure that you're staying hydrated 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say just even though it's expensive when you get to the stadium, just buy a water bottle. Just
Yes.
shell out like the $6
Yes.
it costs.
Mhm.
I actually have my Seminole souvenir cup that I bring every time.
Oh.
So I always get myself a little $2 refill.
Mhm.
Get me some fried pickles now.
Hey.
Shout out to the fried pickles.
I love
They're
pickles.
amazing. So yeah, just make sure you're taking care of yourself so that you can actually enjoy the game.
Yes, or else you won't even be let in. If you're too turnt, like you're not gonna be let in the game.
Right?
I'm sorry.
They're gonna be like, girl, you cannot.
Exactly. I've seen people turned away. So it's like
Really?
Yes, like because they're like too turnt.
Okay.
It's like so make sure you're drinking water and you're carved up before.
Exactly.
Yes,
Very
100%.
good. I like that. Okay, so now let's say we made it to the tailgate, we had a good time, we're in a good place, and now we're actually at the game. Tell me about like how you like. Do you remember your first FSU football game? What was that like for you?
Oh my God, I do. It was raining this game. That's why I remember.
I was there too.
Yes.
Wait, who were we playing? Do you
I don't
remember?
even remember who we were playing, honestly.
I'm trying to like reach back into
the crevice of my memory.
Yeah, right. Like who was that? I don't remember, but I do remember it was raining.
Yes, I remember it was raining, and I remember I thought like you had like. I thought it was more like sitting. Like I didn't know that everyone was standing, but honestly, I think it's better to stand because it's like when there's like a first down or something and you're like, you want to like get into it and you want to do like, you want to scream, you want to make sure that you're supporting the Knowles. Everyone's standing up. And if you're short, like, I'm sorry, like I'm a shorter girl, like not even trying to be like, oh, I'm teeny. Like, no, like dead ass, if you're sitting,
you're not going to be able to see. Even if you're just,
you can't see.
And everyone stands on the actual bleacher seats.
Exactly.
So you got to get up there too so that you can see.
Yes.
But yes, I think that's something I didn't know either. Is like when we got there, I was like, oh, so we're all just like standing for the whole game. For this whole like 4-hour game.
No, they're very passionate.
Yes. Yeah. And it's sometimes you will get yelled at if you're sitting in a section where a bunch of people are standing. They'll be like, get up. And you're like,
that unlocked the memory for me. I remember I sat down in the game, like when there was like a first down, and some guys like barked at me, like some frat men. I was like, guys, I'm a freshman. Please.
Right, you're like, please, I don't know. Mom, pick me up. You're like, I don't know what's going on.
Pick me up, I'm scared.
Will this be the year that FSU wins the national championship? If you're curious about our take on the season so far, tap the link down below to read more. I'm so glad you mentioned that because even if you don't understand exactly what's going on the field, I feel like you do need to understand kind of the unspoken rules of what goes on just to match everyone's energy. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you think some of those rules are?
I definitely think that of course, like when there's a first down, a second down, they obviously announce it, but you want to make sure you're doing like the hand motion that we always do.
First down.
Exactly. Yeah. And then we have like our war chants. I would definitely recommend like kind of brushing up on those. Like I remember when exactly.
Brush up on it, practice it.
Please. Like when I was a freshman and I didn't know, everyone's like saying FLO. And I'm like, what are we spelling?
I didn't know those. Yeah.
Yes.
And you do pick up on them relatively quick because they happen pretty often within the game.
Definitely.
But you kind of want to be just a part of that when it happens.
Exactly.
You don't want to be just looking around like what's going on.
Exactly.
So yeah, know the war chant, know the fight song, of course.
I definitely feel like when people, like when you're in an FSU game, it's a really different type of energy. Everyone's yelling, everyone's screaming, everyone's like sitting on top. I think that's one of like the main ways that, not that we win, of course we have a really great team, but I feel like the home game advantage is how loud we are, how much of a presence we have as fans.
Yes.
Every 2 seconds, we're singing our chant. So it's like, I definitely recommend kind of brushing up on that, bringing energy and bringing passion to the game. Even if you don't know what's going on, trust me, like I've been there. Like before I was really into football, or I was really getting into sports, I didn't know what was going on and I still was able to have like a really, really great time. You don't have to know football to have a good time at an FSU game. You will have a good time no matter what.
Exactly. I think it's just like the energy is contagious.
Yes.
So if you just go along with it and 100%. Have a good vibe, like you will feel like you're a part of the community.
100%.
And that just makes it like so much more fun in my opinion.
Yes.
And so yes, just like know those little things, but you'll catch on quick. Don't worry if you're like a freshman and you haven't caught on to all the chants yet. You'll learn it eventually. Just keep going to the games and participating in it for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, so I feel like that kind of covers those unspoken little rules. There is one that I did want to talk about too, though. That was this kind of question of how long are we actually staying at the games?
Yes.
Because obviously we're dedicated fans, right? We're there to support, we're there to be there, but are we actually staying for the whole game?
Yes. It depends on you as a fan, like how dedicated you are. Are you going for the football game or are you going for like the experience of the game?
Right.
I definitely think that if we're not doing a rival team meaning like if you're at a UM game or a UF game, I'm sorry, you better be staying there the whole game.
Or standing.
Exactly. You better be sat or standing on those bleachers. Glue your feet down. I'm so sorry. Bring a snack, get some water bottles. You're staying.
Yeah.
You're staying sat.
Set up camp, girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. But if it's like a Kent State game, or it's like we're blowing out win, like
Yeah.
we're 50 points up in the second half, like you can go home. Like if you don't
Yes.
want to be there, go home, because it's like everyone else will be going home as well.
Yeah.
But I definitely think if it's a rival game or a big game like Alabama, like
yeah, for Alabama, I knew I was going to stay for the whole thing.
Yes.
Unless we got like trampled. But that didn't happen.
Right.
So I was obviously there for like
we did
every
win.
last second of that game.
Yes.
But I agree. I don't think it's like taboo to leave in the middle of a game.
No.
Depending on how we're doing, of course, and the team that we're playing.
Right.
I mean, we can always support from home. It's
Yes.
like, I got you guys from
100%.
back here in my air-conditioned apartment, or like at a bar or something.
Yes.
Just because, I don't know, it gets to a point. Like I think with East Texas A&M, it was a noon game.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to be honest. Confession. I didn't last past the first quarter.
Right.
I was gone. It was so hot that day.
Mhm.
I don't know what was in the air, but
Yes.
I wasn't going to make it. My friends and I weren't going to make it. If I stayed any longer, I would have turned into like a puddle of sweat.
Yes.
Literally like on the bleachers. You wouldn't have found me anymore. I would have been gone.
Oh my God.
So I had to leave that game. But I try to at least stay till like halftime, I
Yes,
would say is
yeah.
kind of a good point.
Of course, yeah.
And then at that point, I kind of make that decision. Like, do I want to stay longer, or should
You
I
evaluate.
Yeah, I
You're like,
kind of
girls,
like
are we ready to
pros and
go?
cons. Yeah, and like temperature check. Like, how are we all feeling right now?
Yay or nay?
And I love looking like soft launching if I want to leave.
Soft launch?
Because I'll like look at my friends and be like, how are we feeling? Are we having a good time?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like, what time are you thinking of like leaving?
You know, like isn't it a little hot? Like,
Are you getting hot? Like
Yeah.
I'm good though if you're
Right,
good.
right.
But
Like,
it's
if you're sad, I'm sad. But like, you know,
I could leave
I could
at
go.
the same time. And that was
Right.
all of us for the East Texas A&M game, because
Mhm.
I think we were saying like maybe we'll stay till halftime. We'll try
Mhm.
that out, but it was just so hot.
And
it was
we
so
were
hot.
really
We were
up.
up by 3
Yeah.
touchdowns at that point, and
Yes.
I just looked at them and I was like,
Yeah, like the East Texas A&M.
Yeah.
Like I was there the whole time, but I was like in the AC in the press box, so it's like different scenario. Like I'm
yes.
like being there at like a noon game. So like for like the whole time, I'm sorry. Like if it's not a big team, like you don't have to stay the whole
Right.
time.
And the
If-
difference is with the noon game, the longer
Yeah.
you go on, the hotter it gets.
Yes.
Versus a 3:30 game,
It
it
gets
starts off really
colder,
hot, but it
yeah.
actually does start to cool down as
Yes.
you go on.
Yeah, and then also if you're a football fan, sometimes when you're watching like broadcasts, like you can actually understand what's going on a little bit more.
Because they break it down, they
break
replay
it down.
it.
Yes. Like when you're in the moment, sometimes things get like lost in translation a bit. And like when you're seeing it at like a college bar, like they'll be able to like show like the lines that are going on, like, and you'll be able to keep track of what's going on in the game. Actually,
Mhm.
more when you're going for like the actual experience, you're going for the energy of that game. Like you're not just going there to like understand the game.
Is it really bad that I think on my first game, like for FSU, I think I came and I was like, where are the lines on the field? Like, where's the yellow
Definitely.
line?
No, I understand.
And I was like, I can't see anything. I actually can't see anything, and I don't know what's happening. And they all
Right.
look like really small. I couldn't even see the ball.
Oh
I
my
couldn't even
God.
keep track of the ball sometimes. I would be
love
like
that.
trying to like watch on the Jumbotron, like
Yes.
what's going on? But
And they barely replay things
No,
sometimes.
yeah.
Like, but if you are a little bit lost and you're like, where are the lines that are on the TV? You can look at those little orange like stands that they have. There's these
Right.
men that they like move these whole orange stands, and that tells you when where they're starting from and when they're gonna get a first down or when they move 10 yards. So you'll be able to like keep track of the game even without the lines. I promise. Just keep track of those little like orange stands that the men are moving around, or the
Yeah.
women.
So let's actually talk about those little orange stands.
Yes.
Because I feel like, I mean, I don't want to make assumptions. Obviously, lots of people know a lot about football.
Yes.
But like for those of us who don't know a ton of
Yes.
things,
Yes.
can we get a little bit of like a football for dummies moment?
Of
Like,
course.
just kind of like what are the general things you would need to know to follow along with a football game?
Mhm.
Just so you don't like kind of look a little silly when
Right.
you're like, what's a second down? Like,
Yes.
you know?
Yes. I definitely think that for me, especially getting into sports more in college, like there is a taboo that's like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Like, can I even get into sports? My parents weren't into it. Like, what
Right.
do I do?
Mhm.
But when you understand a football game, it's so much funner to watch.
Yeah.
Even though you can have fun without it, you could still like it's so much funner when you really understand like the little details. Of course, there's like 4 quarters that we have going on. Each quarter is like 15 minutes, and you want to make sure like you understand which team is on offense and which team is on defense.
Mhm.
So if you're on the line and you're the one that's like holding the team back, you're on defense, of
Mhm.
course. So usually when we're on defense, we want to get pretty loud and we want to make sure like, hey, we're distracting the other team. Like, okay, like calm down. Like we want to distract the team, be really loud.
Yes. And I
Even-
feel like so many people don't realize that
Yes.
because I'm not gonna lie, and I'm one of them. Listen,
Mm.
I'm gonna speak for all
True.
of us where it's kind of just like you're like, oh, it's defense. Like, I'm not going to pay attention. And you're like, I'm going to sit down for a second.
Right.
But that's actually the time that you need to get the most hype, probably.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you brought that up because.
Yeah, like I understand like Tommy is not like doing his thing right now, but like, okay, like we still got to get loud. Like, okay.
We still got to appreciate them. Come on.
Exactly. And then you want to make sure that for the first down, second down, things like that, when there's a first down, basically there's 4 downs. So you have 4 chances to move up as a team in offense. You have 4 chances. If you don't move up, then it gets switched. The other team goes on offense and you go back to defense. So if you make a play in a first down or a second down, that's how you like continue moving forward. You have to move 10 yards to make a first down and then another 10 yards to make a second down.
So that's what those little orange sticks are.
Yes.
Is it's measuring, how much you have to go based on the down.
Yes. Yeah. And if you make a play, it's back to first down. So every time you make a play,
you get like 4 more chances.
Exactly.
Basically.
You get 4 more chances. But if you don't get to a play in those 4 first times, then it switches around. So that's like my little breakdown guide for you guys if you don't understand football.
And let's talk about why third downs are super important too.
Yes, 100%.
Can you tell us about that?
Yes, third downs are really important because, we saw it a lot in the Virginia game. Usually it's expected when you're on a 4th down, it's like you can either kick or you can kind of go for it. Usually teams kick because like if you're kind of far, it's like you just want to get points. So if you kick, you can get a couple of points, but because if you don't make a play, you're not going to get any points and it just switches around. You don't get anything at all. But we saw in the Virginia game that they were trying to like really tire out our team. So they were making plays in like the 4th down, which was like super like tiring us out until we got into overtime. So definitely it's really important if you choose to make a kick. So be on the lookout. If you see like, oh, they're on a 3rd down, why are they not making another play?
Right.
And they just kick instead.
Like you have one more chance left. Why are they just kicking
Exactly. Why are they just kicking? It's because they want to get points. Like they want to get guaranteed
they want a
points.
Field goal or they want to have like better positioning on the team for the other team.
Yes,
right, when they
100%.
switch on. So.
Yes, they want a better position or they don't think they can make like a whole touchdown right at that moment, but they can get some points. But yes.
That's kind of a mini breakdown, I feel like. And 100%. Honestly, I feel like if you understand that, like you can follow along.
Yes.
You don't need to know like the nitty gritty. You can.
Yeah.
You can definitely get into it.
You can go
if
into
you
it.
want. Right.
Right.
I mean, I think that would be really cool. But it's just like if you just want to have a general knowledge of things, I think that's a great place to start.
Yes.
And you will kind of sound like you know what's going on when they're like, oh, like 1st and 7 or something. Like you'll know what that means now.
Exactly. And also when it says like 1st and 7, you have 7 more yards to go to get to another down. So if you see like a 1st and 7 on the screen.
It would not be 1st and 7, would it?
Right, no. But you know what I'm saying?
Bye.
If it's like,
don't listen to me.
Right. I'm just using her wording.
I'm learning.
Correct. She's
2nd
learning.
and 7. How about that?
Right, exactly. It's okay. I didn't catch it either. I was just I'm just
1st
using.
and 7, guys. It's never going to be 1st and 7.
No.
Sorry.
But you know what I mean. Yes.
Okay, for sure. So I love that. And now that we just kind of had that breakdown, how are we feeling so far about our season,
You know what? Okay. So the Virginia game was yesterday. This episode is not going to come out until after Miami.
So
yes.
We honestly don't know what's going to happen for that.
Exactly. But up until now, I've been feeling really good about our team. I mean, our defense is not super locked in just yet, but our offense has been performing so well. Like the Tommy and Deuce combo.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy.
It gives me hope.
Oh my God. It's giving me J. Trav and Coleman vibes. Like, please. Like, it's giving me flashbacks, but good flashbacks. So it's like, I definitely love the energy.
The first game when we played against Alabama and he threw, I think, that pass or whatever to him. Like, honestly, I was elated. I don't think I've seen a completed pass in over a year.
Yeah. We're traumatized from last season.
I was not expecting him to catch that. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, is this what this feels like again?
And then, of course, like, there's like Micah Danzy. And like, he's like really, really been performing well. He's like
who's he?
He's a dual sport athlete and he's a wide receiver. He used to be a running back last season.
Okay.
But he does both track and football. And he's been performing really, really well for us, like getting us like a lot of like good plays in. So I think just because of his track background, like he's been getting us like really far. So I think that's been helping us a lot, honestly. So I definitely think like even though yesterday in the Virginia game we did lose, I think it was a really close game, and I think our defense just needs to kind of lock in a bit
Tighten
more.
up, maybe?
Tighten up. I feel like our offense is doing really well.
Yes,
And I
yeah.
feel like they're doing what they need to do, and they're performing consistently like throughout the whole season they've been performing. But our defense just kind of needs to pick up and lock in. For better words,
it's like we need you guys.
Yeah, we need the defense to lock it, in my opinion.
I get that. And I feel like, you know, a thought that I've heard from some of my people that go to some other schools who always want to say something.
Right.
You know, I feel like haters will say that it's like we've only been doing well because we've played teams that
come on.
haven't really, I guess, been putting up a fight.
Right.
Say, no shade to them, but check the scores.
For real.
And then it's like, okay, we played against Virginia this past weekend. We lost. But like, what would you say to those people?
I would say,
like, where do you see us going right? And where do you see us like needing to pick it up a bit?
Yes. I honestly think that if you look at the scores, they're blowout games. Like even with the teams, I would say like even if we were like playing bad, we would not be getting like the numbers that we're getting. I mean, we were up 77 in the Texas A&M game. Like we're talking like crazy blowout numbers. So I think that those people need to like realize like, hey, you can't play that well. Like if you're a bad team, like there's a difference between like, oh, they're playing bad and we're playing good to like, this is like a really good team and this was a good game. Especially in the Virginia game, we could see a really good back and forth. And I don't like to be the person to be like, oh, we were kind of against the refs. But I feel like in that overtime moment when Deuce did make a touchdown, in my opinion, I feel like we were a little bit against the refs. So I think that you need to take into consideration like, hey, like that was also an away game as well. But I think all of our home games, and especially beating Bama, I mean, come on. You could kind of make an excuse and be like, oh, Bama was playing bad. No, they were not. They were not playing bad. I mean, it was a pretty back and forth game. And I think
people just love to hate us.
They just love to hate.
They love to hate us.
Like, you want to be a no so bad.
Like, They hate us because they ain't us, honestly.
They ain't us. Like,
that's how I feel. Like, no matter what we do, they're going to have something to say. They're going to have some excuse for it. So I just think it's like, we're going to show them the rest of the season how it goes.
Of course.
That's all that needs to be said.
That's it. Like, just bleed that garden and gold. Like, that's all.
I love that. Yeah. Awesome.
That's
I think that's the perfect note to end on. And I'm so glad we got to just break down what FSU game days are because it's such an incredible experience as a student.
Yes.
And so I feel like we were able to give that sneak peek into people who maybe haven't done that before or who have done it like 1,000 times and can relate to all the things we've talked about.
Yes.
And so I'm so glad that you were able to come and join us, Emily. Like, this was so amazing. And so thank you so much.
I'm happy to be on.
Yes. Of course. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment all your favorite game day traditions, and we will see you guys at the next episode.
Mwah.